fortunately. The site in France specifically dates to about 6,500 BC, making it one of the oldest, if not the first cases of trepanning that we know of. But it was by no means isolated, and multiple sites have been found with evidence of this strenuous procedure, supplying us with an abundance of brutal fossils, with some studies even suggesting that up to 10% of all Neolithic people underwent this treatment, if you can call it that. And in the French site, it was closer to 33%. And given the super high rates, you'd assume it was pretty safe. But no. It's about what you'd expect from drilling a hole in your head. And less than 40% of the skulls showed any signs of healing, meaning more than 60% died, with the main ways of death likely being infection, blood loss, and of course, trauma to the brain if the surgeon went too deep. And even if they were in the metaphorical clear, healing was no joke, often taking several months for the area to close up. And even then, it was likely you'd still feel awful. Plus the fact you had to endure the surgery itself, which definitely took place with no painkillers or anesthesia. Now, to do the surgery, it's thought that sharpened stone knives, or in some cases even seashells, were used to carry out the procedure, and people at virtually every age were found having done this. And so looking at the widespread nature of this procedure, you might ask, what was the purpose of this? Well, basically anything, according to some. Potential reasons included spiritual purposes, treatment for epilepsy, relieving head wounds, which were more common at the time, courtesy of ourselves, or it could have been done for something as simple as a headache. So basically, if you wake up in ancient times and you have a throbbing migraine, best to keep that to yourself. And perhaps surprisingly, or maybe unsurprisingly, this surgery remained popular for quite some time, and actually is still carried out today, just with a bit more precision and only done in select cases. Not to mention, we now have much better management for the procedure and pain. And speaking of pain, that's something we seem to have left behind too. Of course, it's still a thing, but I more mean that life used to be so much more harsh and agonizing due to lesser technology. I mean, just ask the girl of Uchtdurmore, affectionately known as Mura by some. She is an Iron Age specimen that is also a bog body. In other words, a human that was found and sometimes naturally mummified within a peat bog. And just in case you're wondering what that is, it is a wetland that has accumulated peat, surprise surprise,